Hey Roses, Nitra here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to episode 1 of my podcast. I'm super excited to share with you a little bit about my journey and to let you get to know a little more of me. So first, I want to talk about my journey as a business owner or a nonprofit business owner. So this has been an interesting journey, I will say. Because I've owned a nonprofit that has been, revoked due to just not mismanagement and not filing the appropriate documentation every year. But I want to talk about how I got there. So when I was like 27 years old, I did organize the documents to start a nonprofit. It was called Soul, Supporting Our Undiscovered Leaders. And it was a labor of love, something that I was really passionate about. And what I know back then about myself is I had all the passion in the world, but not enough I need to put my mic in. Not enough work experience, not enough structure, not enough business know-how to really execute the way that I needed to. And so I'm going to pause right here and put my mic in.
All right, now that I'm all mic'd up, I can get into this, y'all. Let me see. Okay, so I'm all mic'd up, I can get into it. So I had all the passion, but not enough structure, not enough business know-how to really make the business flourish successfully like I wanted to. And, right out of college, I really hadn't had any work experience in college. I was fortunate enough to have student loans and just to have scholarships pretty much pay for all the things that I needed. And then kind of like immediately out of college, I didn't get thrown into the workforce. I am a person who kind of went the relationship route, and I moved in with my boyfriend at the time, who is now my husband. And that was the route I went. And so I had this education and I had this passion. And I knew I wanted to build and start a nonprofit. And so I started on that track, but I really didn't have the footing that I needed to really have the impact that I wanted to have. So supporting our undiscovered leaders kind of came to a close, but I then started my career in education, and I've been a teacher and educator for, 16, 17 years now. But I've been in the classroom for a good 10 years. And after that, I kind of transitioned to other roles within the district I work in. And as an educator, I've had experiences working with nonprofit organizations. One of them is the Bickle and Brewer Foundation, and they organized a leadership program that worked with my district. And after school, on the weekends, over the summer, I would work with that organization, and I learned a lot of the business know-how, a lot about the curriculum writing, a lot about really marketing your nonprofit organization. And also, I worked with Orion's Mind, like an after-school program, and I worked with their curriculum, and I learned a lot with those extra activities that I engaged in. And so with all of that learning, I felt like I was gaining the knowledge, the know-how that I needed to be successful. And so as I'm learning all these things and as I'm developing as an educator, my passions started to change, or I started to hone my niche or my passion. So whereas when I created Soul, it was all about saving the world. That's how I like to talk about it and imagine it. It was all about saving the world. And we know that saving the world is a big task, and it can encompass so many different things. And then you have to think, do you really want to do all the things that are needed to be done to save the world, or do we need to narrow this scope? And so that's where I landed. I needed to narrow the scope and working with the nonprofits, working with my students, especially my students in a predominantly African American um, demographic, school demographic, I kind of honed in on what was special to me, what was important to me, and where I really wanted to do my work of heart. And that, for me, is work with African American girls in supporting them to have economic freedom and to live the lives that they want to live. And so all of these experiences together taught me that passion is not enough. You definitely need to have a support group with you. Your founding members really need to be invested in this with you. Um, and that's one thing that I kind of messed up with. It was kind of me driving the force with my passion, and my development and my know-how, and not enough of me trusting my founding members to support, and just not enough intentional development on the front end. So now that you know all those things, I want to talk to you about my new endeavor. So I want to dip my toe back into the nonprofit pool. And so I was compelled in January after the election to do something. I had this bottled up fear. I had this sense of urgency. And there was a calling and a pulling at my heart for me to do something. And I didn't feel like the something that I should be doing landed at work, um, at a church. It just needed to be something that I owned, I could control, and I can specifically target a thing. Um, and I hope that makes sense, but sometimes you just have to operate from the calling or from the yearning. And as I spoke about what I wanted to do, others were feeling that same tug and that same pull, and felt compelled and compassionate about the same topics and issues, and had the same fears that I was experiencing about the state of education, the state of the community, the community, the state of Black people, the state of our girls in education in schools. Not only that, I think COVID added another layer, because I don't think we checked in to see if everybody was okay. Like I didn't get the check in, and a lot of our little kids are not getting that check in to see, where are we? Is everything okay? What was the psychological impact of COVID on our kids, on our communities, on our families, on us individually? And so I feel like there have been gaps that were created during COVID. There have been social changes that have developed during COVID, since COVID. And because of that trajectory, I want to do whatever it is that I can to build, empower, and feed the souls of the little Black girls I come in contact with. And so MSK was born, and that the passion um, is like an arrow, a through line. It's very honed to a specific thing, a specific group. Um, and I wanted it to be more targeted, and I feel much better about where we are in the process this time around. So I've already started the organizing documents with a team of committed directors or committed founders. So I'm happy about that. We get to share in the work, share in the passion, and really share in the responsibility of meeting our mission and our goals and our purpose, and creating this purpose together. So this nonprofit is My Sister's Keepers, Multiplying Skills and Knowledge. So shorthand, we're going to call it MSK squared, because you use My Sister's Keepers, the M, the S, the K, Multiplying Skills and Knowledge, the MSK again, twice. So MSK squared for short. So on our shirts, we'll have that MSK, it'll be cute. Anyhow, so we're in a better position, I think all of us, because we had some of the same founding members in Soul, my previous organization, we're in a much better position to really work through our passion. We've gotten more job experience. We've all kind of worked through education. We've seen different aspects of the nonprofit world and how it moves. And so we can bring those skills and talents to bear as we are working through MSK Squared. What makes me super excited about MSK is that we're moving with intentionality. We have direction, I have support, there's investment. And so I think all of those things, there's the know how, the expertise, all those things that we bring to bear to the business is really going to help us flourish and thrive this time around. And I'm so excited for where we are going. We have not received the exempt status yet, it's still pending. And we're fingers crossed. I hope that we get some information soon about where we are with our exempt status. So I've shared a whole lot with you. I just want to end this podcast by saying that failure is not the end. It is an opportunity to learn and grow. And I just want to also share that having passion without a strategy or without the know-how is just this buildup of energy without impact. And you really want to be intentional and you want to have the impact. Okay, Roses, that is all that I have for you today. I really appreciate you listening to my story and learning a little bit more about me, about my nonprofit journey. And I hope you stay tuned to learn more about what I have in store for this year. Thanks. Bye, Roses.